Okay, CounterWarfareGhost made these 6 Insaniquarium Deluxe stages. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and boss and bonus. I'm gonna go look for them real quick. Now, most of these are like super pulled out. So like, the stage is like super zoomed out. And the stage is so oversized that it's practically a problem that you have to be at like full zoom to even see it all. And if you there's no like tension high, so like if you jump straight up it doesn't zoom out, which I'll try to fix. I'm probably going to rescale all of these, but let's look for them real quick. Okay, so that was number 1. Number 2 is this like purple one with a shell and some pillars and a vase. Number 3 here, it's archway with kind of like a greenish yellow aesthetic. It looks like an underwater lantern or a gazebo, I don't know. And bonsai. Number 4, got a chest and a skeleton. Once again, you gotta like super zoom out to see all this stuff. I think all of this could be shrunken down to at very least half size. Now on boss, we have a new problem. If we zoom out here, we start to reveal exposed void below the stage, as you can see down here. Same thing with this one. Once you zoom out, exposed void is at the bottom. I'll probably release all of these in a pack with like fixes to them, to their coding and the scale, and see how people like them. But that's pretty much all I have to say about them at the moment. Got this Unreal tournament stage from an unknown author, UT 2004 CTF-Anfractous. Now the starting positions are messed up, as you may be able to tell, and that screws up and it causes a glitch. And the floor is also sliding, which if this is coded like I think it is, I'm not sure I can even fix it. But otherwise, the stage is pretty amazing. Like, it's got this nice 3D effect going on. I'm going to try to fix the starting positions in the sliding floor, but I don't have a lot of hope for that sliding floor. So, I would really like to have a working version of the stage that was perfect, because it is really nice. Got this Need for Speed stage by an unknown author. And there was a warning message saying this only works in DOS Mugen, and then if you tried to run it in Mugen 1.0 or 1.1, it would mess up. But from my experience, it runs just fine, but the starting positions are messed up, and the image is kind of a blurry, dirty JPEG to begin with. So I'm not going to fix it. I'm just probably going to delete it. It said the colors might be screwed up if you tried to run it in 1.0, but like I can't tell. Like, unless it's supposed to be a green tree and not a blue tree up there. But I don't really know what would cause the colors to mess up if you did it right. Pain Cupcake made this Crack Life stage, AutismTown. Yeah, I know. So it's got these like animated people on scooters. And got this like moving vertical sky. I think like Pain Cupcake is trying out new effects, which is a good thing for him, but so I feel like he's getting slightly better, but I'm still not keeping this. I don't need a building that says AutismTown on it. So yeah, no. Here's a stage I almost overlooked and forgot to put in the video. Counter-Strike Source CS Assault. Now, this is clearly taken from like a screenshot, but like, oh man, look at these wood on this like railroad track. It's like spazzed out. It's got a bunch of that like that 3D effect where like it doesn't know how to like scale the polygons right. So like this looks all damaged, but I can't say the screenshot is actually incorrect. But yeah, also I'm pretty sure the scaling is way off. That door is humongous next to us. And even if I had Kung Fu Man in here and he was like a little bit taller, he still would be like wrongly scaled next to that door. Not to mention it just looks really kind of like dirty. Though, once again, I can't really blame the screenshot for that. So, this is still a hard no for me. If I'm going to have like a railroad or a railway picture, I want it to be as crisp and clean as possible. Foxtlot made this Fantasy Zone stage, PLALEAF. And this is pretty accurate to the game. And so if you walk left and right, you can like walk probably for like 2 minutes in a direction and it still won't hit the edge. So yeah, like you could just keep running on and on forever in either direction and it still won't like break the loop. And I'm pretty sure Mugen can't have infinite distance left and right. So eventually, I think like if you just kept running, you'd eventually hit it. But it seems infinite on the surface. Um, I think the stage is pretty good actually, and I'll probably keep it. Uh, Even if I have my own fantasy zone stage that I made to accommodate a certain character, I'm not moving that character out of my fantasy zone stage, but I don't mind having an extra fantasy zone stage. Okay, Foxtlot made this Goldenaxe stage, and this stage works really well. In fact, like I like it quite a lot. We've got a nice walking area. We got an animated background with this like giant bird. I don't know what type of bird that is, but we've got this animated eye that's nice. We've got this guy over here, and the scale seems right. Everything seems right, except for maybe, and this is just me being picky, is the shadows going over the side. Like I would probably like either turn the shadows off or make them have a fade, but that is not worthy of a stage surgery just to mess with the shadows. Anyway, so yeah, I approve of this one quite a lot, and I'll definitely be keeping it. Got this R-Type stage by Foxtlot. It's a simple stage background. I'm not sure why the floor is moving with us, except that like I guess this is where you put a like a 2D space shooter character, which they do exist, though I don't really keep any of those myself. Um, I still think the stage is pretty good for what it is. I'll probably keep it. It's kind of nice. Got this Dragon Buster stage by Foxtlot. Now, Foxlot did something I rarely see people do correctly, is he's got the, like, you coming up short and probably coded correctly, or at least it's not interfering with the other types of code. So if you walk left and right, you can't walk all the way to the edge. So yeah, like Kung Fu Man comes up against this wall, and then he comes up against the other wall. So that's done correctly. There's not too much to say about this stage, though, and I'm unfamiliar with this game. On the downside, like it's a pretty tight stage, and I don't know its scale. Like the scaling might be wrong, but whatever. Foxlot made this Salamander stage. Now this is another stage for like shmup characters or like little flying spaceship characters from Mugen. I think would fit in here really well. Obviously, these like flame bursts and animations are done pretty well. Uh, I don't know who I would put in this stage, but I can't say I dislike it. I think I'll keep it. Okay, Fredbear made this Doki Doki Literature Club stage, and on the plus side, it's a very nice screenshot. Like it's not blurry or anything; it's pretty high res. There's a like obviously this doesn't match with my resolution; it's kind of too zoomed in. But then there's a strip of exposed void on my resolution, but I don't know if that's how it is on like his native resolution that he wants this to work with. Though it still seems like it would be wrong, but I don't know that for sure. Unfortunately, I just don't need a picture of the Doki Doki Literature Club characters. But maybe you do. Maybe you think that's fine. Marcus J. Wilder in the Game Boy Man 2005 made this clean Redville Night Street stage. I've never heard of Clean Redville, but you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Kane Pixels like tunnel that the guy comes out from, and like before he encounters like the house with all the backwards signs in it. I don't know if that's anything to do with this at all. It just that's what it reminds me of. But besides, we are walking on a picture into whatever object this is on the left side of the screen. The screenshot is just way too blurry and nasty looking to keep. So this is a hard no for me. The Game Boy Man 2005 made this Future Racer 2000 stage, Bedroom. However, I can't show it to you because it crashes Mugen. And considering the last stage we just looked at by him was also a blurry mess, I have a feeling this one was also a blurry mess. And if I fixed it or got in there and got it working, like it wouldn't even be worth fixing. But maybe that's just slander on my part. But yeah, I can't get this to run at the current default without messing with it. We got a Geometry Dash stage by Mighty Stymie, Hexagon Force. On my resolution, we're clearly off the screen, and it looks like the floor is sinking, which is bad. Yeah, so I can't even see my characters completely. This is probably just an immediate delete for me, unfortunately. We got a Katana Zero stage from Vogel, Zero Rooftop. Now, I know this is one of Vogel's older stages. He's capable of so much more than this. It looks like he's tried to like purposely blur the sprites on this, which huge no-no in my opinion. Like I think he's trying to make them look more HD, but it just comes off looking kind of nasty. It's not much to say. Like once again, this is not the resolution I would keep because it would be too zoomed in. And if I wish the sprites were like crystal clear, but they're not. They got this like like blur all over them. So this is another pass for me. Dark Valentine made this Spiro stage, Violet Midnight. It comes with a normal version and a no rain version. I'm just going to show off the normal version. Now, I think this is pretty good and it works pretty well as a Mugen stage. Yeah, so like all the sprites are crisp and undamaged. And it's got kind of a good vibe. Like maybe zoom could be added to it, but it's still pretty fine on its own and it's a definite keeper for me. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. Melchior M. Phillips made the Space Invader stage. As we can see, this isn't like using clean sprites, but rather sprites badly ripped from a purple background because you can see the like transparency color kind of left over on the edges of the sprites, which is. It also has got this weird like delta effect where the guy that's supposed to be behind the little fortresses or the like armor mounds is like popping up. I'm not sure why he did it that way. But even the ground itself is kind of blurry. So there's probably other Space Invader stages out there that use clean sprites for all I know. I'm going to pass on this one. Whoa Mugen made this Alex Kidd stage. And it's awesome. I mean, there's this tiniest, like, can't even barely see it strip of exposed void down here. But, like, it's got all this custom sprite work. And the scaling doesn't seem off. It's got nice deltas. It's got nice everything, basically. I like it quite a bit. Now, it says it's the widescreen version, so maybe there's another version hiking on Mugen Archive that I haven't run into yet. But I'll keep it as is for now, because I like it quite a lot. And I think this is a must-keep for everyone. But that's just me. Wagner Plagues made this Rainy District stage, and I have no idea what it's from. However, it's really crisp. It's got some nice effects on it. It may be mostly a static picture, but it is a very nice static picture that works quite well for a Mugen stage. And this is also in my recommended to get. So, yeah, I like this quite a bit. Okay, Manny Lingle made this Blackbird in Among Us stage. We got an AI upscaled Blackbird from Chrono Trigger, I'm pretty sure, as our foreground floor. And we got some Among Us background in the back, like as the sky. And I don't really like how the Blackbird was upscaled. Like it could have been done better. It would have taken forever, but it could have been done better instead of the way he did it. And I'm not sure like that type of sprite work is really a good candidate for AI upscaling to begin with, or like high res increase, because it just makes it look blurry where it could have been look like crisp sprite work. Which, once again, guys, why do you hate sprite work so much? Yeah, I'm not keeping this. It just is a little bit too much of a clash. And even if it is a floor, like, the part of my brain says, like, you wouldn't be able to see inside those roofs. You just see the top of the buildings. So, like, my brain can't make the illusion that we're seeing inside of the buildings from the sky. That's all. I'm not keeping this. We got this champed up stage, Empty Scrawlzeum by Nope, no joke. That's his name. So it's this very white, pale, like arena floor. So if we jump up here, we can see like these lights shining down on the stage on either side. But the image could be a lot crisper or a lot more high res, I think, to make it look nicer. But it's still kind of just like very pale and monochrome. I don't know how well it works as a Mugen stage, or at least not like this. We have this Fall Guys stage by Ein C. Lee called Fall Show. And it's this very low res picture of the Fall Guys up in this little like car container. I don't know what to call that thing. I guess it's the stands or the audience stands in Fall Guys, but it just reminds me of like that Micro Machines container. It's a pretty static image. At least it has a floor, but like the fact that it's so low res and it's like the top of the sign's cut off too is really hurting it for me. And also there's like a frozen animation of probably this little like thing over here that I have a feeling should be in motion. So all those issues are gonna put it in the no keep category for me. Marks the Platformer made this Rayman stage, Shadow Plains. And it is so dirty of an image. At least we have a floor, and I don't see any exposed void. But it's just way too dirty to keep. I can't even tell what I'm looking at, honestly. So that's a no on that one as well. We've got another Scepter D. Pinoy and Shiratori stage, Among Us. And it's amazing. As expected of a Scepter D. Pinoy stage, it's freaking awesome and very high effort sprite work put into it. The only thing I could think of adding is maybe a little bit better zoom coding, but that's all really. Like, it's just so good on its own. I hear there's an Easter egg if you sit around in this long enough that like something special will happen. But that's probably too long to wait for the like subject of this video or for the sake of this video. Jail in Common made this Terraria stage, the Crimson. And it's this red forest, but I would say that like this probably could be like salvaged with some like zoom coding and stuff, so you could have better visibility. But on closer inspections, the sprites have been like heavily resized, and there's some serious resize damage all over these pixel art. And thanks to that, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to pitch it. I can't really stand the like resize damage on my stages. Hikaru-sama made this Tetris stage. Now we got a proper floor to walk on, and like the image isn't low res enough. It looks pretty nice. Like maybe zoom could be added, but I don't really care that much. I already have a Tetris stage that is like animated, but this one isn't that bad as a Tetris background. If I didn't have like that other Tetris stage, I would probably be giving this a higher praise. But I don't know if this is even meant to be animated, because like obviously it doesn't make a lot of sense for all these blocks to be falling at once. But beyond that, I think it's fine. Okay, we got a Freedom Planet stage by Cater 15, Final Dreadnought 2. And I think this one is actually pretty damn good. It's got a nice lot of animated effects and deltas and stuff going on. It's got a proper floor to walk on. I don't see any exposed void issues. Like if we jump up here, I don't think there's any exposed void up top. So definite keeper for me. Boss Bix made this no internet desert stage, but he has a typo where it's called dessert for some reason. So we've all seen the no internet mini game where like your internet cuts out and then you play as a little dinosaur that's got to jump over the cactuses or whatever. So that's what this is based on. There's exposed void at the top, but more importantly, and I know it's hard to tell, but there's resize damage on these sprites where they're not like 1-to-1. If he could get these sprites for this stage, I could probably get the sprites for this stage probably pretty easily and just like remake this. Like that's what I'm gonna try to do, is try to clean out all the like resize damage, but we'll see. I'm not 100% promising that I'm going to put out this stage with cleaned up sprites, but I will try to get it done. VHS and DVD Review released this Pro Skater Warehouse stage from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And oof, it's just a screenshot of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And do I really have to say why you should never do this? Like, we got like all the menu, or like the UI from the game just on the stage frozen. We've got a frozen character here, so frozen animation. Yeah, just don't do this. Don't take screenshots of games in action and use them as Mugen stages if they have characters on them, especially. Evil K-999 released a stage Corridor. I don't know what it's from. We have a sinking floor and a sliding floor going on, but otherwise it's not too bad. I think the scaling's pretty close to being right, if not actually just right on as it is. Like, it feels like maybe I should be a little taller. Does anybody know what this is from? Like, I want to say it's from Counter-Strike or something, but I don't know that, and it kind of doesn't match the other aesthetic. But, yeah, I'll probably just release a little quick floor fix for this stage, at the very least, for people, so the floor doesn't sink and slide. VHS and DVD Review released this SSX stage, Snow Dream. And just like that Tony Hawk thing we just looked at, this is just another screenshot of a game. It's super blurry. We're clearly walking on like frozen animations. Just don't do this. Don't take screenshots of games with the player character clearly visible. It just does not work as a Mugen stage, and not to mention how blurry this is. So just know, and this is like basically a no-hoper. Cater 15 released the City of Nevis stage. I think it's pretty nice. It's got a nice little like animations in the background. This foreground object is transparent, so it's not really blocking the characters. Yet it doesn't seem to be the same transparent code that I typically use, but it's still, you can still see back there. Not a lot to say except it's good and I like it and I'm going to keep it. Electro and Old Gamer made this Danse Macabre stage. And it's this giant hodgepodge of skeletons and bats and zombies and like this vampire, I think, that comes up in the background. I think this might have been a Halloween release a few years ago, but don't hold me to that. I actually had a copy of this for a while, so I just don't really like hodgepodges that much. Also, like, it feels like the graves and stuff are sliding a little too much in the background, where they should be like a little bit more closely hooked to their positions to that near that wall. But that's kind of a minor beef. This one's really up to the eye of the beholder, I would say. So keep it, don't keep it. I don't know. I can't really say it's bad. Man, I'm probably gonna butcher this name, but it looks like Guerrero Drogon released this these set of Namco X Capcom stages. We got Sword Bridge, we got Palace, we got Clocks, we got City at Day and City at Noon. They all have a similar problem, but let me show them off real quick. So here's Sword Bridge. Now, if we look really closely at Kung Fu Man, we can tell he's sliding as I move left and right. Maybe zoom could be added here as well. Okay, here's the Palace stage. Once again, if we pay attention, Kung Fu Man is sliding, so the floor is sliding. It's not sinking, it's just sliding. I actually like the image of the stage pretty much, though. Got Clocks. Same deal, sliding floor. Nice image for the background, though. Got City at Day. Once again, sliding floor. Nice image. Finally, we got City at Noon. Same deal for sliding floor. Pretty nice image, though. Now, my other issue besides the sliding floor is I wonder if somebody already released Namco X Capcom stages, but they're hiding in a different category, like the Capcom category, somewhere else on Mugen Archive, and then I'd have to compare like that version to this version to see which one is the better version. I don't know that for sure, but there's like something in the back of my mind, like I had these stages before like 10 years ago, and I don't think this stage is like 10 years old. So I think there might be other copies of these stages out there somewhere. Okay, Cater 15 made another Freedom Planet stage, Thermal Base V2. It's another great Freedom Planet stage. Like, have no complaints, and I think it's a definite keeper for me. And another Freedom Planet stage by Cater 15. This is Beta Dragon Valley, and I think this might be, instead of his beta version of this Mugen stage, I think it might actually be from a beta build of the game. So Beta Dragon Valley is really the beta version of that stage from like the official source and not him. But I could be wrong about that. But either way, it's another great little Freedom Planet stage by Cater 15, and I say keep it. It's nice. And that's the final stage of this video.